every single day I'm thinking about it, that what are the things that I'm grateful for? Who are the people that I'm grateful for? And I thought about this individual, because this individual was a stranger to me once upon a time, but now became family to me. So I'm so grateful. Neno was talking about, being grateful for your plug, because they put you in a position to win. And I'm grateful for this amazing woman, because she was the person that put me in a position to win. She's the person that's helped me to keep winning every single day. And she's the same reason why all of us are here, the same reason why you are on this call, the same reason why you have access to a system that's working for you, helping you to make money every single day so that you can really push towards your goal. Yes, she does have her banking history, and she has all her accreditation and all the things that she's known for. But what I really appreciate about her is not that she's not somebody that only got results for herself or her family, but she really wanted to see the people around her winning. How many people do we know around us that they know what's helping them to win and they share it with us? Not very much, right? Not very much. But what I love about this woman so much is that not only that she has a big vision and she carry other people along it with her, but she really, really strives for every single person that is connected to her to win, whether they are within her network or outside her network. She makes sure she puts you in a position so that you can win. Every conversation you have with her is to help you push forward. Every interaction, every meeting, whatever it is, and any encounter that you have with her, you are able to notice a difference in yourself, in your mindset, in your results. You are able to push another level forward. So I'm so grateful for her, because of the level of impact that she has created, not just in my life personally, but also globally, that she's creating right now in different spaces. And you know what I also really respect about her so much is her integrity. I respect her integrity because she always does the right things the right way all the time, consistently, regardless of what's going on, or regardless what things look like, or how green the pasture might look like on the other side. She stays true to her vision, her mission, and the call of God over her life. And I love the fact that she's a praying woman. Imagine you have a mentor that prays, and a mentor that prays for you. How many mentors do you know that? And then she comes and share with us, and she bears her heart with us, guys. That's not something that you get very easily, and that's not something that you get to see a lot of people do. And that I really, really respect. Why? Because it means that I can also be transparent with where I am on my journey. And I've learned so much from her, in not just in this business personally, but also in my personal life. And yes, she's an incredible woman. She's an incredible mom. She's an incredible wife. So shout out to Anton always. But guys, she's an incredible leader, and one that I am so grateful and honored to call my mentor, and one that I am so grateful to follow her leadership every step of the way. And guys, I want you to drop into the chat box. Let me see how many people are winning off the back of Nikki right now. I want you to drop the word win into the chat box. Who can say that since they've connected with this woman, they have been able to win? I'm not really talking about monetary, because winning is a mindset, first of all, right? It starts in your mind, and then it starts to show in your result. I won in my mind way before I started to win in my pocket, just because I had conversations with her. So I want you to drop the word win into the chat box. And I am so honored this evening this evening to welcome and to introduce my amazing mentor, Miss Nikki Knows Now. And guys, drop some Nikki to Chairman 750, guys. Drop that into the chat box. Nikki to C750, because she's already C750 for me right now. So I'm so incredibly grateful for her. So guys, just blow up the chat box as I introduce Nikki Knows Now.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much, Tosin Awofadeju, also known as my sister, round like an English pound. And yes, she is single, but you have to go through me in order to even get close to her. Gentlemen, good evening, ladies and gents. Before we kick off tonight's mindset call, I just want to take a moment out just to say what a beautiful edification that was from my sister Tosin. But the honest truth is every single leader, the honest truth is this, every single leader, all right, out there in the world, no matter what industry, no matter what situation, community, network, whether you're a leader at home, whether you're a leader in a business, every single leader, they all thrive and they all are the best of their ability based on the team that they have around them. And I just want to, publicly let you guys know that Tosin is one of the most humble, hardworking, intentional individuals that I know in my life. Low maintenance. Like, this girl is somebody that I don't ever have to, I have to sometimes just double, triple check in on her because of the way that she's always positive. She is always somebody that finds solutions. She's thinking ahead for me sometimes. And a lot of time people see they see Nikki, but they don't realize that Nikki would be I would not be where it is that I am right now if I didn't have a Tosin Owufor-Deju around me right now, constantly in the background, never looking for praise, never looking for, the edification and the affirmation, but she's doing the work behind the scenes. Some of the things you guys do see, but some of the things you won't see what she's doing because she does it so humbly. And she is, we throw this term around servant leader all the time, but I want to let you know that this woman is persistent on her growth. She never takes any day for granted. She's a woman that consistently puts the work in day after day, night after night, filling in the gaps, really thinking where she can be an asset rather than a liability. She's always pushing and always supporting. I wake up in the morning, sometimes I'll see a message from Tosin, and I don't know about you guys, but there's some messages that you don't want to play, especially if they're voice notes. You want to give it some time before you click in. But with Tosin, I'm always expectant with those voice notes because I know it's going to be true edification, true love, true, something it's going to lift me up and not bring me down. And it's forever something that I'm really, really grateful for. Not only that, she's mega talented, guys. Like, when I say mega talented, this girl, she's the reason why we have, the Cash for Christmas checklist. She's the reason why I show up sometimes, because sometimes my diary is everywhere. And she's like, Nikki, do you remember you have such and such? She's the reason why the system is working to the effectability, if that's even a word, availability and effectiveness together, effectability, that it currently does have. And, I'm enjoying her while I can, because I know that she's going to, have a marriage soon, and she's going to have some babies soon. And I may not have her as much as I have her now. And so I'm really, really enjoying the time that I get with her all to myself, okay? But I want you guys just to have a little snippet to, what it really is that's happening behind the scenes. And Tosin is a big part of the success. She's a big part of the strategy. Although it's got Wealthier World on the top and it's got the, the idea, Nikki drops the special announcement. Sometimes it's Tosin's idea. And she doesn't, she doesn't crave for that attention, guys. She's somebody that just wants to see everybody win. And that's what I love about her. She is my little sister for life. I'm very, very protective over her. But I'm also a better version of myself because of the connection. Yeah, I said babies, not for now, in a future, okay? Once I've authorized it, once I've agreed it, we've already had this conversation. She understands, she knows the level, she understands the assignment, okay? We get to that when that bridge comes, but we're already manifesting the husband. We know he's on his way. And so I just want you guys to give some love to my sister Tosin Owufor-Deju, who I truly appreciate. And I appreciate a lot of people, but today's Tosin's day. And I'm not going to justify or add any other names. I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. But today I want to celebrate Tosin, and I want to edify her in the way that she deserves, because a lot of time people don't see and they don't understand what goes on behind the scenes. And so they can they can misdirect and they can misunderstand the levels out here. And in order to get to me, you got to get through Tosin. And there's a few others as well, but I just want to highlight that this girl right here she's a rock. She's a real diamond. She's a superstar. And you know, she's got all greatness. She hasn't even started yet, guys. When she unleashes, when she really gets, when we get that out of her, oh my days, it's going to be a wrap. So I want you to be excited that you're connected to a Tosin Owofo-Deju, because this girl, a woof, as I call her, she's a beast. She is an absolute beast. She is somebody that, listen, if you're not connected to her in the wealthier world right now, and I don't mean start private messaging her and all of that kind of craziness, but what I do mean is if you're not showing up to her sessions, if you're not connected to where she is, you're missing a huge trick, because she's performing. She is standalone, the leader that has the most ambassadors promoted in the wealthier world. Standalone, this girl she produces results. Standalone. Why? Because she's coachable. She's humble. She takes instruction and she follows it, and she does not fumble, guys. This girl does not. She listens. She understands that access is a privilege, and she also understands what it is that we have here, which is a diamond in the rough. And, you know, I really want us to understand, you know, the power of having availability and access, right? Having availability and access, and the power of really making sure that you stay in the room. And that's the title of today's mindset, which is about staying in the room. And, you know, Tosin's been around now for, I'd say, a little shy of, you know, 2.5 years, 3 years. What are we saying? Yeah. She's been, and she's stayed in the room. She stayed in the room despite the highs, the lows, and I'm sure she'll agree there's been some highs, there's been some lows, there's been more highs and there's been lows, but there's been times where it hasn't been as easy as what one would have thought. And, you know, staying in the room is something that is very, very important, especially in this day and age with what's going on. You know, we can see technology taking over the world. We're in a space right now where most people don't really understand it, but they're starting to hear things that's going on in the world. They're starting to hear about cryptocurrency. They're starting to hear about technology. We're hearing the metaverse. We're seeing digital space. We're seeing NFTs. And the world is starting to hear a little thing or two. They don't really know everything that's going on. They don't really quite understand what's happening. But the world is starting to figure out that there's something happening. And let's be honest, right? And this is where I'm going to welcome all those of you that are brand new into this space. Put a 7 in the chat if you're brand new this month. We want to welcome you. But if you're honest, and if everybody thinks about when they first got started into this business, when you first came into that group chat, when you first made a decision to click that link to enter into this amazing community, the amazing space that we have here, it was stepping into the unknown. You're stepping into a world where you're like, okay, I'm a student again. And how many of you, I mean, if I count back, I don't think I was a student for 20 years ago, maybe not so many, 15 years ago, 18 years ago, I was a student. And most people are like me. When they finish studying, they go into a job and they're kind of studying is, you know, because studying is stopped, right? Studying doesn't happen anymore. You're just told what to do by a boss. When you get into that kind of place, you're used to now being told, this is what I need to do, and I'm going to go and get it done. And then you get into that cycle of doing and doing and doing. And when you come into a space like this, or when you start hearing words like NFTs and technology and metaverse and all these different things, it can be very, very uncomfortable. Now, what we really must make sure that we do is we stay in the room. We must make sure that we stay in the room. We've fought so long to get this type of access. I'll be honest with you guys, we're not even supposed to be in this space. We are early adopters in so many different levels, right? Early adopters in so many different levels. We are not supposed to be in this space. But because of technology, because of apps, because of these different things that we're now exposed to, the everyday person can now come in. I mean, I read something today that literally blew my mind. An 11-year-old has made $3 million in NFTs. NFTs. Now, how long has this 11-year-old been doing NFTs when NFTs has just hit the press and most people in their 50s and 60s and 40s and 30s don't know about NFTs? And this 11-year-old has made $3 million in NFTs. Can we see that there's a shift? Someone type shift in the chat. There is a shift taking place where the playing field is almost leveling up now, where the little man can come in and use a little $6 and flip it for 30,000. Use a little $9 and flip it for 50, 60,000. We're seeing so many underdogs right now. I mean, how many of us bought Bitcoin before Elon Musk? This is nuts. Multi-millionaires. I want you to understand this. I was having a chat with my mentor. All right. I was having a chat with her and I said to her, you know, we were talking. She went to an amazing event out in Atlanta. And she was at this event, right, with probably around 70 to 80 millionaires, all right? Multi-millionaires were in the room. This event was high class. It was called the GOAT, right? And the event was so high class. I'm talking people that have learned how to make money, all different industries, all different backgrounds, people from all different places in the world, coaches, trainers, network marketing, all over the world, different people. But the bottom line is you had to be a GOAT to go to that event. You're making them to be a speaker. You had to be a multi-millionaire. And there were over 30 multi-millionaires, and a lot of people in that room, despite not being millionaires, they had a lot of money, right? A real, very, very successful individuals. And you know what she said to me? She said she was very shocked that the talk of the room was not metaverse. The talk of the room was not digital currency and DeFi and cryptocurrency. The talk of the room was not about NFTs. In fact, the vast majority of those individuals did not know what an NFT was, did not understand what DeFi was, did not know what world that we are in right now. And these people are people that are wealthy, that understand business, that have been in a space, that they've been able to create a lot of things. But here's the thing, guys, the rules of money's changed. The rules of money has changed right in front of our eyes, and some people ain't seeing it. And we are blessed to be in a space that's teaching us, the everyday person, information that the world out there, let alone multi-millionaires out there, are not even exposed to. And so we have to understand that the value for $275, £200 a month keeps us in a space that has access to information that some multi-millionaires just don't have access to. I want you to understand the value of what it is that we have here. I want you to understand the power of the information that we have here. I want you to understand that how you've learned, and how many of you in this space have learned how to buy an NFT? Put a number 1 in the chat box if you have learned how to buy an NFT, any kind of NFT, whether that be a moment, whether that be from OpenSea, whether that be from anywhere at all. I want you to put number 1 in the chat. And the reason why I get you to put number 1 in the chat, or give me a wave or a thumbs up, whatever you want to do, if you know how to purchase an NFT. Why? Because you are part of the 1% of this world that understand not just what an NFT is, how to purchase one. Isn't it incredible that we are in such an we are in a space of early adoption. We're in a space where when we look back in 10, 15, 20 years from now, we're going to be the heroes of our great-grandchildren. We're going to be the heroes of the generations to come that say, hey, my grandmama, my grandpa. And so bringing it back to Tosin, and why I say she stayed in the room is because she understands the value of this space. Now, here's what's happening right now, where there's a paradigm shift, ladies and gents. There's a paradigm shift because your cousin and them around the road have started to hear a little whisper, and they're going to pick up the phone and they're going to tell you about cryptocurrency. How many of you have had that already? Hey, guess what? Have you heard about Coinbase? Now, come on, guys. I need you to remain humble with this situation. This is not the time. Listen, there's going to be a time where these people are going to come knocking on your door, and you have to remain humble. You cannot get on your high horse and start saying, I've been done doing this. I've been telling you for ages. This is not the time. We need to have our arms open, ready to embrace them. And let me just teach you this. Let me just teach you this real nice and simple, guys. All right. We need to have our arms open. Yeah, you might have to bite your tongue for a little bit. I'm just make sure I'm on my time. You may have to bite your tongue just for a little bit, right? And this is where it's about being very, very intentional with your words, all right? Very, very intentional with your words. And when people come over to you and they start saying all this stuff as if, you know, they're educating you now, just like where they say, oh, have you heard about, you know, the you know, cryptocurrency? Have you heard about this Bitcoin thing? And the words, you know, one of the words that I've learned to use, all right, and you can steal this, is this. It's like, absolutely, yes, right? Absolutely, yes. Okay, and I'll tell you this, it works every time, guys. It works every single time. Absolutely, yes. You don't want to close people out, because guess what? People are excited right now. And yes, we've been hearing about this stuff and we've been in this space and we have been talking about it for a very long time. Me personally, I've been talking about it for over 3.5 years. Okay. And I understand the frustration. I understand sometimes it could be like really, boo? Really? But this is the time to open our arms. But absolutely, yes. And then it's the question. So have you got your, you know, have you got your wallet and that sorted out? The cold one. Have you got that sorted out? All right, let me help you. Right? It's time for us to really embrace, because guess what's happening? The scammers are out. We got to protect our peoples. The scammers are out and they're out big. And what's happening is people are coming in for the bull runs. And it's like, listen, I want to help you. I want to make sure that you make money when the market has a little pullback as well. All right. So have you set up your pullback strategy? Okay. Because most people putting their money in a wallet, and guess what? And then they're looking at it every day. Now is the time for us to educate. It's not time for us to, you know, tear anybody down or give them I told you so's. It's not the time to do any of that. We need to make sure that we are an umbrella, that we are going to hold them. We're going to hug them. We're going to help them to make sure that they are fully protected. They understand exactly. I didn't say pull out. I said pull back. Pull back. All right. Watch the words. Watch the words. All right. And this is why we've got to be intentional with the words that we use. Very, very intentional. And this is why the mind work is so important, guys. You see, I'm happily miss a trading session, but I ain't ever going to miss a mindset session. Because the mindset is going to get me the right tools and skills that's going to allow me to be able to trade. It's going to allow me to do what I need to do, right? And I want to talk to the people that are in this, you know, opportunity for a very short amount of time, that it's going to take time. You're learning a new language and you've got to be intentional about the words that come out of your mouth, all right? And at times, you know, it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable when I hear people say, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm confused. Don't speak that over your life. You're not confused. You're learning. Okay. Now, what happens is because we haven't been in a learning environment for such a long time, because we're so used to doing what the boss told us to do or doing what somebody else tells us to do. When we come into an environment that makes us feel a little uncomfortable because we don't quite know it yet, we tell ourselves we're confused. You're not confused. You're learning. That's how learning feels. When you're learning something new, that's how it feels. But don't speak those words over yourself. Don't tell yourself you're confused. Don't tell yourself you're not getting it. Don't tell yourself this is a learning situation. And to be honest, you have to make sure that you can fight to stay in the room. Because everything is changing. I mean, we had name change last month with the metaverse. We're having NFTs happening. We're having digital art going on. We've got digital land buying. Right now, we're jumping in the metaverse space and we're buying things over there. There's so much going on. We got scanner source turning into Ignite. There's so much things happening. How many of you know that if you was out for last month and you missed this month, you would have missed a whole lot? Put yes, Nikki. You would have missed a whole lot of information. You see, I spoke to somebody today who was in 6 months ago, and he's like to me, oh, I'm going to wait for next 6 months. I said, let me tell you this. What's happening now is not going to be the same as what's going on in 6 months. We're advancing, we're evolving, we're learning every single day. The where it was 6 months ago when you were here is different. We're doing NFTs now. We're buying digital land now. Like, I need you to understand that this space is no joke. And what is you know, a pain for me. And sometimes I get very, you know, protective, and I get a little emotional, if I'm honest, when I see individuals that have so much potential, but they can't stay in the room. You know, and that £200 a month or £130 a month prevents them from staying in the room. And, you know, it's the worst thing ever when you know that all you have to do is stay in the room, guys. All you have to do is stay in the room. And how many of you have had this thought, or you were that person, or maybe somebody said it to you when they first come in, and before they click the link, they're concerned about that monthly. They're really thinking about whether on day one, I know those 28 days come back real quick, don't they? And on day one, you're like, what if I can't pay? What if I can't pay? And I want to be honest with you guys. This isn't a 1 month type of event. This is not a 1 month. This is a lifestyle. This is a new way of living that's going to provide for your family long term. And so you got to change your mindset. There's people right now that are thinking about certain things, buying presents for nieces they haven't seen for God knows how long, and nephews, and spending thousands on Christmas presents. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm talking about priorities. If you can't afford to stay in position to keep yourself into a place where you are going to very simply change the trajectory of your generation, you got to look at your priorities. You got to, because things are changing over the next few weeks. There's going to be some massive announcements being taken place. All right, I'm already privy to some of them, and I'm like, yo, I just pray that some of you guys can stay in the room. I pray you're going to be in the room next month. I pray you're going to be in the room the month after. I pray that you can find it within yourself to understand that, look, this is something that I must prioritize because I have to stay in the room. I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to be offensive to anybody, but if you have a concern, over staying in the room, and you've, denounced that scholarship that we provide for you, then I don't really know what to say, because that we provide this scholarship for those individuals that say, look, I want to stay in the room, but I'm not quite sure if financially I can afford to stay in the room. And so I really want to encourage you to have a think about that, ladies and gents, because if you miss out on this season, I'm telling you, what we have going on right now is insane, but it's nothing to what's going to be in the next few weeks, to what's going to be next month, to what's going to be in January. All right, what we've got going on is a lifestyle. Things are evolving every single day. I need you to type in the chat, I'm gonna stay in the room, because we must stay in the room to be able to have access to this type of information. We have to make sure that we are keeping our head in the game, that we're staying in the room, that we analyze the words that we're saying over ourselves. I'm not confused, I'm learning. All right, I'm not going to do those affirmations every single day, that I am open to anything and anyone that God aligns me to, that's going to allow me to have the wealth that it is that I've declared and manifested over my life. How many of you are open and receptive to connections and to the platform that's going to change your life? These affirmations, we don't say them for fun. They're serious business, ladies and gents. And so will you still be in the room next year? Are you going to make a decision to stay in the room? Are you going to make a decision to prioritize your learning, to get yourself in a place where, yeah, it may feel a little uncomfortable? But you see, what you say about yourself is who you truly become. How many of us know that we got to keep speaking life? The times when I found myself in trouble, the times when I found my mindset a little off, a little weird, is the times when I recognized that my prayer life went down. The times when I recognized my affirmations went down. The times when I recognized I became too busy to work on my mind because I was too focused on other people's minds. And I want to tell you this, if you're somebody that serves, you got to, what do they say on the airplane? Fix your mask first before you attempt to fix other people's masks. And one of the things that we can so easily get into is fixing other people's masks and not prioritizing our own. And some of us are bleeding and putting plasters on other people when we need to make sure that we're repairing ourselves and we're working on our mindset every single day. This is a lifestyle. You wouldn't go to bed hungry on a normal day. Don't go to bed without having your mindset. Don't go to bed without reading your affirmations. Don't go to bed without declaring and decreeing who it is that you are and how powerful you are and what this is going to do for you and your family. I need us to understand that this thing is no joke. It's no game. It's powerful. You're powerful. The things that you are about to achieve in this space is life transformational. Your name is going to go down in the record books for your family, your lineage, because what you have right now is the top 1% of the world, the top 1% of the world. This is something that literally, should you hold on to it and recognize, when I tell people Christopher Terry needs to put the prices up, because this stuff is absolutely incredible, that we can have more information than some of the multi-millionaires of this world, that we can have access to information that's making 11-year-olds multi-millionaires, that we can have access to such information. But because it's so cheap, and I'm going to say the word cheap, because it's so cheap. You know, I was looking for a course online yesterday, and I found one. It was perfect, and it was free. You know, I didn't do it because I knew, because it was free, I wouldn't be consistent on it. I want to pay for something. I want to pay for something because me taking out my money and paying for it is going to make me more dedicated to doing it every single day, because I don't want to waste my money, than me getting something for free that I can just throw down anytime, pick it up anytime. That's me. I don't know about you. But we value when we take the money out of our hands and we purchase. That's why I always say to people, be very, be very observant and be very, conscious when you decide to pay for somebody else into this academy, because when you decide to pay for someone, what happens is the value goes down. And they may not appreciate it as much because they hadn't had to sacrifice something out of their own pockets in order to get into the space. And so I'm not against blessing individuals, but we've got to be very mindful when we decide to bless people, because I don't know if anybody else has seen that, but I've been bitten a few times. Blessing people, sometimes what you think is a blessing is actually a curse. Sometimes you got to help people with the truth. Sometimes you got to help people to allow them to invest in their own healing. Sometimes you got to allow individuals to make a decision to change. When you attempt to push the water uphill, when you attempt to force this is why I'm just being honest right now. When people come to me and they say, well, Nikki, I really want to join, but I don't have the monthly and I don't want to call nobody. My thing is you got to make a decision. If you can't afford to stay into a space that multi-millionaires are being created and you don't want to get the scholarship deal, then you don't want this. And that may sound harsh. That may sound really, really harsh. But in order to be in a space like this, it would normally cost you $3,500 a year, right? $3,500. Now think about that. Not only have we not said, okay, give us that $3,500 up front, we broke it down into little pieces, $275. And we're allowing you into this space for chump change. But we'll go and buy a Christmas tree. We'll go fill up the presents. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. This is my Thanksgiving present to you all, right? Because we need to stay focused in the season. Now, here's the thing, right? Some of us will be around the Christmas dinner table. Some of us will be around the Thanksgiving dinner table. And you have that feeling to hush your mouth. This is not the time to hush your mouth. This is the time for you to speak. This is the time for you to talk about what you've been up to. Don't be shying away from what it is that you've been doing, because I'll tell you this, you better tell them before they educate you, because it's coming. What have you been doing? Okay, what have you been doing? This is the time. This is not the time to shy away, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time to have conversations. This is the time you're going to have family around, you're going to have cousins and them, you're going to have all these people coming around. This is the time to have those conversations. This is the time to say, hey, look, this is what I've been doing. I'm in a new space right now. I'm in a new space. And if I can teach you something, guys, today, that's going to help you stay in the room, you guys open to it. Because this is the reality. This is the reality of it. And I'm somebody that I considered taking the link out my bio. I considered saying, here what, and you guys know I'm a link in the bio girl, click the link in the bio. But I considered it because I was like, do I just want anyone to click the link in my bio? And I've had a few people that clicked it without really talking to me first, and it kind of got complicated. And I was like, do I really want the link in the bio? Or should there be a vetting process? Because do I really want the link in the bio? And I challenged myself with it. And here's what it is. I don't want to stop no one from enrolling, but I don't want to attract anyone. Does that make sense? And so I want to be accessible where anyone can come in, anybody that has the heart and the desire to get themselves to change their life. I want to allow them that opportunity to come in. So links in the bio for that. But who I am intentionally attracting is not those people that come in and say, hey, Nikki, I'm in, but I don't think I can stay in. I mean, we got to be careful what we say out of our mouth because we have options. Now, I told you this, guys. There's somebody that enrolled yesterday, and the conversation was similar to that, but it had a positive effect. I'm not going to call her name, she's on the call. And she said to me, Nikki, look, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to use my last to come in. And I need you to tell me what I need to do because I cannot bear to come in and not be able to stay in. Can you see the language, the difference in the language? She wasn't saying I can't afford it. She said, listen, I can't afford not to still be here. And so I need a blueprint. I need something that's going to allow me to stay because I already feel the energy. I love it. I want to stay in the room and I don't want my access to be revoked. What do I need to do? Wow, what a powerful question. And I looked at this lady and I said, you know what? I believe that we're going to work very well together. I like you. Because that's exactly where I was when I started. And I've got a blueprint for you. This just yesterday. And I gave her my testimony video, first of all. I said, I want you to hear my testimony so you know who you're playing with. Because I was in the same situation you're in right now. And I said, you can watch this testimony video. You guys was on the call, right? I gave the testimony Saturday, right? Look how powerful God is. That I gave that testimony, had the video ready. And she watched the video. And I said, look, I'm built from different stock. I understand that. But even if you don't do it in the time that I did it, one thing that you need to do is get a scholarship so that you can stay here. Because I would hate for you to have your access revoked. She said, Nikki, I'm on it. Homegirl got her scholarship within less than 24 hours. You know what she did? Homegirl walked the streets. Let me tell you about when you understand the power of being connected. I can see you, girl. I don't want to call her name. She walked the streets. She began to speak to people. And I know I've got a few individuals that have been watching the boot camps. Shout out to a few of you guys who have been watching boot camp, especially boot camp 4 and 5. All right. But this individual said, I cannot afford to lose access. And so I'm going to do what is required. And she said, teach me one thing, Nikki. What is it? I said one word, edification. And this is why when people say, oh, Nikki, I ain't made no money just yet. All right, you're speaking negative affirmations right there. I tell you that. Don't be saying those words. Right? Homegirl hasn't even finished her online store yet. 24 hours scholarship. So worst case scenario, we know she's at least got another month. And when she hits P150, P600, P1000, then we're going to share that it was her. because I don't play no game. Shout out to those of you. I did an Instagram live last month, and I said I was taking on 2 individuals only that I was going to work closely with, that I was going to make sure that if you follow the blueprint, you're going to be successful. And there was quite a few people that applied for it. A lot clicked the link, but I didn't give it to everybody. I gave it to 2 individuals. And right now, I want us to celebrate. These individuals haven't even been here a month. One hasn't been here. One's been here 4 weeks. One's been here for 2 weeks. Right now, we are celebrating Nasilia, who's just hit Platinum 150. All right. We're also celebrating, come on, guys, Yvonne, 2 weeks in, Platinum 150. She is actually about to hit, the 2 of them are about to hit Platinum 600. I don't know about anybody else right here, but I know when you see, when you start to really have to question yourself and say, hold up, you know who you are. You remember what you did when you came in. You better serve that blueprint, Nikki. And so I said, I'm going to work with 2 people. And many applied, and those 2 people, they stood out to me, and I said, listen, are you guys ready to work? And they worked. They've done the blueprint. They've done the social media. They've done the calls. I know Yvonne has been out there in supermarkets as well. I know Nasilia's working full time, very, very busy role as a senior nurse. And in those 4 weeks, 2 weeks for Yvonne, 4 weeks for Nasilia. Nasilia is a smidgen away from P600, and Yvonne is right behind her, both of them following a blueprint. I know Yvonne's gone crazy on the boot camps, and she's following them every single step of the way. Now, if you're in a financial situation right now and you're struggling to stay in the room, I've just given you a blueprint. Those boot camp videos, they're on my YouTube, the boot camp videos. We have Tosin, amazing servant, created the blitz calls every single day, and she's accompanied by some of the Platinum 1000, 2000, 5000 leaders that are running these sessions on your behalf to assist you to be able to get that scholarship. But here's the one word that I said to this young lady, that in 24 hours, she was able to do it. No op call, didn't put anybody on the op call. 24 hours scholarship, edification. Edification. Now, what did I edify? What's been edified so far? I want you to find that chat box. What have we edified so far on this call? First thing, Tosin opened the call. Who did she edify? Myself. Such a powerful edification. And then what I do after? I re-edified her back, right? Every single call you have, there should be edification, whether it's a team call, whether it's a webinar for a guest, every single call, there should be edification. When you're speaking to a guest, here's why. I see why some people have tricks. Because they're talking about themselves. Hey, look, I've come into this opportunity. I've come into this space, me, and what I've done, and this and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And straight away, you've lost them because they're looking at you and they're like, well, when you become a millionaire, let me know. When you move your house, let me know. When you buy that car, let me know. But the art of edification is very, very simple. The art of edification is saying, I'm connected to a wealth circle. You know, I've only been here a couple of months, and I tell you this, my life has changed. I've only been in 24 hours, but I have met an incredible woman. A woman that's been able to do so much for the community, and she's helping me change my life. I've been able to connect with some amazing individuals that are making crazy amounts of money. And I would love to introduce you. If I could put you on a call with a multi-millionaire who can literally give you a quick conversation about success, would you be open to having a conversation? Now, I don't know about you, but which fool's going to say no? You see, this is my question is this. If you are not on the blower to your leader 24 hours, introducing them to new people. Hey, Tosin, you know, as a matter of fact, Tosin, come, we're doing them. We do them. I think I do the most with Tosin and Auntie Anne at the moment. And this is a thing. Don't let rank fool you guys. I still do them. I will still call some. Listen, I call. It depends on who it is. All right. I will literally pick up the phone and I will do edification. It doesn't have to be about rank. It depends on who it is. I've done some for some young men before where I've actually edified my husband. And I'm just like, listen, I think you'd be good with my husband. Listen, he's from Jamaica. He's all about that life. He knows about all this stuff. And I think, listen, he is killing it in this space. Homeboy just bought a restaurant. He just bought another one. I think you guys will definitely get on. If I can just, let him give you some few tips. What they're gonna be like, yeah, introduce me. Okay, cool, hold up. Boom, I make the phone call. Anton, I need you to speak to this guy. Like, he's really powerful. He's into business. Blah, blah, da, 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 da. Boom. I'm going to teach you guys how to edify. So we edify the people, but guess what you also do? You edify the community. The problem that a lot of you have is you edify a specific company, and then they Google, and then they get disheartened. You edify the community. What do we have here, guys? Go ahead and type in the chat. What kind of support system, what kind of operation do we run here in Wealthy Well? I saw a screenshot today that made me, it was so heartfelt. Somebody was like, yeah, your mentor's Nikki. She's really one of the best. They have a great system over there. People are talking about it. What do we have? Mindset. We have the prayer calls. We have a support network. We have a family. We have weekly sessions, daily sessions. We have education. We trade together. We make money together. We buy NFTs together. This is a whole wealth community that's worth more than £200 a month. 50 quid a week, ambassador sessions, one-on-one calls if you need it, mindset, you get psychology, sometimes you're getting you're getting a whole session on your life. And so we're going to learn to edify the community. I'm part of a wealth community. I'm part of a group of individuals that we are aligned. We network, we speak about business. We're into investing. It's a wealth community. And I'd love to, welcome you into that. I think you'd be an asset, but I also think you could learn a lot from it. It's definitely in alignment with what it is that you're doing. Oh, you're into business. Have you thought about launching your own business? We do e-commerce as well. And we talk about that and we give training, and you have, once a week, there's multi-millionaires that each week you have a different multi-millionaire that gives you tips and advice. Such a powerful community. That alone, if you talk about that, not making money, but you talk about the community, that alone is worth the value of what it is that we're talking about here. So Tosin, come, we're going to do a quick role play. All right. So, it's real life because Tosin does this all the time. So we are going to, we'll need a third person, right? That's how it will work. We'll need a third person. Lisa learns. Let's get her up. There we go. It's a proper triangle.
Yes, chair lady.
You all right, mate?
You all right, mate?
You all right? All right. So, Tosin, you're gonna be introducing myself to Lisa. Lisa's your guest. She's somebody that you want me to speak to, and obviously I'm me. All right. Let's do this.
Okay. Amazing. Hi, Lisa. Right now, I want to introduce you to this incredible woman, right? And I know that your entrepreneurial mindset is, I know you have an entrepreneurial mind already, and I believe that you're going to connect to her. She's from she was from Southeast London. She grew up in Southeast London, just like you. She is a mom. She is running multiple businesses. She's into property investing. And I know that's an area that was of passion for you as well. So I believe that you need to speak to this woman because she is going to give you some blueprint that she's used to really help me to get some amazing results. So I don't know if I can really get you on that call with her, but she's very, very, very busy. But if I can book you on a call with her, will you attend?
100%. Yeah, let's do it.
Amazing. So I'm going to connect you to her. Let me just find out she's available. Just give me a sec. I'm going to see if she's available and I'm going to connect you. Hi, Nikki.
Hey, what's up, Toast? Wagwan, roll like an Indian code. Yes, girl.
Hi, Nikki. I have Lisa on the call, and she's really excited to speak to you because I've already spoken to her, and I think both of you will have something in common to speak about.
Are you gonna add me? You gonna add me? Because you rang me. She's on hold for it.
So I'm gonna connect you right now. So I need you to speak to her. Okay. Hi, Lisa. This is my mentor that I spoke to you about, Nikki.
Hey.
Hey, you right?
Hey.
Do you want to do the rest, Tosin? You want to introduce me to...
So Nikki, this is Lisa. I've spoken to you about this lady, and I believe that you guys can really connect. So yes, Lisa, this is my mentor, Nikki.
Hey,
hi.
Hey, what's up, Lisa? I heard you're from South. What's good, girl?
Yeah, South London, born and bred.
Oh, come on. What part of South London are you from?
Downham.
Oh, okay, cool. I used to live around the road from there. I used to live in Catford. You know those areas? You know Catford?
Yeah, close by.
Oh, okay, cool. So what are you up to these days? What's going on for you?
Just here living in my mum's house, working and that.
I hear you, man. Boy, I remember living in my mum's. Used to have to sneak the boyfriends in and all that. But what's going on for you? Where'd you work?
I currently work in Tesco,
Oh, wow. Wow. How's that going?
Fun. Christmas is coming up. It's getting busy, overtime and that.
Wow. Yeah, that's yeah, it's that time, isn't it? It's going to get really, really busy. I know obviously Tosin's connected myself to you because she's very, very complimentary of you. In fact, myself and Tosin, we go back a couple of years now. I've been working with her personally, and she knows my time is very, very limited, and I know she wouldn't connect me with anybody that she didn't feel was like, serious and stuff like that. But this girl, I don't know if she's told you, but she's helped out a lot of people. She's helped over 200 people, actually 225 to be precise, to really like change their life, quit their jobs. I don't know if that's something that you want to do, but you sound like you got that entrepreneurial spirit. But yeah, she is a beast. You're really connected to a serious plug right there in Tosin. But hey, look, I am literally about to get myself sorted for a couple of mentorship calls that I have. I'd love to invite you to one of them free of charge, of course, and see if you fit in with our community. We have some big things happening right now. And I really want to help you out. I mean, Tesco is not, I presume, your dream job or anything like that. I presume, like, what's the goal for you? Like, if you could have anything or do anything, what would be your goal?
I just don't want to work. Like, I don't want to have a job. I met Tosin in Tesco actually. So yeah.
Oh, wow. What was she buying? What was she buying?
I don't actually remember. I was stacking the shelves, so
Oh man, no, we definitely can. I'm always looking for positive, especially females. Like we have a lot of men in the squad as well, but I'm very I'm a girl, and females is something that is very, very close to my heart. I'm very passionate about that, and I always want to really bring out the purpose of females like yourself. And if you're somebody that's hardworking and clearly you are. I mean, you're stacking shelves at, was it midnight you were there? She said,
yeah, night shift. But what is it though? What is it?
So we have different opportunities within our network. We talk about a lot of different things. And without you kind of being on a call to see what it is that we do, it would be hard for me to really pinpoint if you'd suit what it is that we have. So rather than me, go ahead of myself, I'd love it if you could, let's get you on. Have a look at what we have to offer, have a look at what we have, and then we see if we can, get you into one of our programs that can really help you, change what's going on for you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So what I'm going to do, unless you had any other imminent questions for me, because I'm literally going to sort out a couple of more mentorship calls that I have, I'll get Tosin to align you to one of my VIP calls. And are you available tonight or tomorrow, 9 o'clock?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've got work tonight, but tomorrow for sure I can do.
All right, cool. So what we can do, we can get you on the VIP list. She'll send you over a unique link. Join on time. Timing is very, very important. And then you'll hear the information. And then what we'll do is afterwards, Tosin, we can book a call in with Lisa and we'll have a quick chat with her and see if she fits, you know, our VIP group. And if that's the case, I'm really excited for you, girl, because, you know, things are really, really going to change for you. It's really exciting inside that space. And we're seeing transformation on large scales right now. So anyway, I'm going to hop off. It's been amazing speaking to you, Tosin. Thank you so much for this. Really, really, you know, well done for helping her out and stuff. We're definitely in that you know, that season right now. We really want to connect. Remember to send her the link, and then we'll catch base after tomorrow's call. Is that cool for you?
Yes, brilliant. Thank you so much, Nikki, for taking out of your time. Really, really appreciate this.
No problem. I'll catch up with you later so we can sort out the dinner as well, yeah? But
Yes.
we'll speak later. All right then, honey. Take care. Bye, Lisa. Lovely meeting with you. Ciao.
Bye. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So what did you notice about that? First of all, whilst you guys are thinking about it, raise your Zoom hand for some comments. I don't want to read them out in the chat, so I'd rather hear you guys speak about it. Lisa, how did you feel?
I felt like you were qualifying me. So I felt like you weren't just saying, you weren't desperate in any way, shape or form for me to come. It was like you were doing me a favor, and you was definitely qualifying me to be in the space, which made me feel like I was worthy to be qualified.
Cool. Tosin, what about you? What was your important role that you had to do on that call?
To edify you and to bridge the gap. So I had to help her understand the magnitude of being connected to you, and also help her to see the connection as well, that, you know, you're from this similar background, and that you could also relate together. And I think that's helpful.
And once you've done that, what was the next most important thing that you had to do?
After introducing her to you?
Yeah.
Edifying her back and introducing her to you.
Yeah. Once you've done all that.
Oh, be quiet. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. You out. Like no speak. Leave the expert to do the work. Right. Very, very important. Thank you, Tosin. All right. So we're going to go for some comments. Got Amina here. Raise your Zoom hand if you have any comments. I see Savvy Tech as well. Yours.
Yeah, it was great. I think what I loved about that, and I know you do it every time, is almost like you set the picture in their mind of what's coming. So you said things like VIP list, and you said mentorship group, and you said timing is important. Then you even kind of slipped in, we'll talk about dinner later. So those kind of things set a picture for someone, oh, what am I getting into? And it was all really attractive things. Transformational space, you use loads of words that definitely describe what we're doing here, but actually for that person that's not in the space, they're actually picturing something, which is really great.
Lovely. Yeah. And what did that dinner part signify? Small touch, but it signifies much. What did it, oh, you've muted. What did it signify for you? Or type in the chat box, guys, what did it signify?
It signified for me that it's not just, well, I can imagine that the conversation before meeting you was, do you want to make more money? Do you want to change your life? You're thinking about, I want to make more money. And that dinner signified, actually, there's more to this than just the money. There's actually community as well.
Yeah. And the fact that me and Tosin are about that life. Yeah.
Yes.
So my job is to make sure they don't jump over Tosin and DM me directly and go, can you mentor me instead? That's my role.
You're connected.
Connected. That's it. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you for that, Amina. Savvy?
Hi. So the bit that really stood out for me was the edification of each other, which is just the point that you just made, that if the person is then connected to Tosin, because Tosin's connected to you, it's not like, oh, I have to go for Nikki, because you have edified Tosin back. So it's like, oh, wow, even this lady who's spoken to me in Tesco, like, she's amazing too. Like, thank you so much for even taking your time out to speak to me. So it sets that tone as well. So that was my point.
Love it. Thank you. Great point there. Anybody else got any, or even any questions or any comments? Raise your Zoom hand. There is no silly questions, guys. Edification is such a powerful thing if you learn how to do it effectively. All right, learn how to do it effectively. Amina, I'll come back to you.
I get this question a lot, and you know when you're speaking to someone and you know that they need a change in their life, but they make it sound like everything's rosy. I know how to navigate that, but how would you show someone to navigate that? Someone says, oh, when you spoke to Lisa about, oh, where do you work? She said, Tesco. You said, how's that going? Oh, yeah, overtime. Some people say, oh, yeah, it's really great. Oh, I love it. And you're always like, okay, where do I go from there? I know how to deepen that conversation, but what would your take be on that? I know you've showed me this so many times, but I think it's valuable.
So is that, you mean if somebody doesn't see that they have a problem? Is that what you get? So if someone doesn't see it, it's just really open question. Are you open for more money? Are you open to change? Are you open for, I'm not a fan of saying additional streams of income. I think that just sounds so blasé. So for me, I would be like I said to Lisa, I'm sure, through what Tosin has said, you have an entrepreneurial spirit and we have a community for entrepreneurs. Is that something that you would be interested in seeing the value that we have here, and also highlighting that, I can tell that, not attempting to disrespect them, but Tesco is not your dream job kind of thing, so it's asking rather than telling and saying, I don't want to assume, but Tesco is Tesco like your dream job? Or, based on what she said, I'm making the presumption that you are, you have an entrepreneurial spirit. And I think, our community would definitely be a community that, would benefit you in many aspects. Does that answer your question? Yeah? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else have a question or comment around edification? And it doesn't have to be a chairman. Actually, I'm going to do, who else do we have on the call? Who else do we have here? Who else do we have? Let me have a look here. Let's see, I'm looking to see whose camera's on. Figgy D, can you unmute your voice? Charmaine, are you here?
Yes.
Charmaine, I never see this girl's head. Charmaine, are you here? Wonder if she's got them earphones in. Hey, Figgy D.
Hello.
All right, let me see if I can. Where's Lucy? I saw Lucy earlier. Is Lucy here? Let me see if I can get Lucy. All right, I just want to show you guys that this is something. All right, Lucy. Cool.
Hi, Nikki.
Hey,
Good evening.
Hey, all right. So I'm not going to get you guys to say much, right? But I want to show you guys that edification doesn't have to be a chairman or P5000, right? It can be anybody that you know anything about. So I am going to introduce Lucy to Figgy D, right? They're not in the same team. I don't suppose you guys know each other too much. Excellent.
No, only a bit through the chat. We've occasionally chatted to each other.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've got a similar sense of humor, actually.
Yes, great. Excellent. So here's how we're going to do it, okay? I'm going to be the person bridging the gap. So I'm going to be bringing, I'm going to be speaking to Figgy D, and then I'm going to edify Lucy, okay? And we're going to do it like this. Oh my gosh, Figgy D, that's amazing. Do you know what, right? There is somebody that I think you would be so aligned with. She is a woman that, you guys are very, very similar personalities. She is a beast in the space that I'm a part of, a really, really amazing community. She's a woman that loves people, and a woman that I've personally seen have some crazy results in this space. Like this woman has, I'm not sure if you know about NFTs, but basically this woman has been able to flip like $6.99 to over like thousands. Like this woman is a mogul. She's also a mom. She works, so entrepreneurial as well. And I believe that she is an individual that, if you connect with her, like she can give you some tips and tricks and stuff like that. And I think that, you have so much value to bring as well. And she would just be an amazing asset to, your network. If I can, listen, she's really quite busy a lot of the time, but let me see if I can get her on a call. I'm gonna add her now, right? Is that okay for you? Hold on, Figgy. I'm gonna give her a chance to say yes. All right, perfect. Boom, let me put you on mute. You're muted. Hey, Lucy, are you there?
Yes, hi, Nikki.
Hey,
It's
hey,
a pleasure to hear from you.
Hey, that's all right, Lucy. Listen, I've got this really amazing lady on hold right now. I want to add the call. All right. Her name is Figgy D. Very important you say Figgy D, not Figgy, not Fig. Okay. Figgy D is her name, and she is interested in coming into this space. And she is such an amazing character. She's really, really funny lady, very talented as well. And I think that, she'll be somebody that, can really, really make it in this business. So I just want you to really encourage her and, just maybe answer a few questions if she has any. But I told her you're the G at NFTs, all right? So I'm going to add the call. I'm going to merge your call. Thank you, Lucy. Excellent. Boom. Merged. Hey, Figgy D, are you still there?
Still here.
Oh, amazing. I managed to get Lucy. Lucy, can you hear me? Are you with us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay, technology. Amazing. So Figgy D, this is Lucy that I was telling you about. She is an absolute monster. Lucy, I've told Figgy D all about you already. But Lucy, let me tell you a little bit about Figgy D. Figgy D is so talented. She's amazing. She's currently working a job at the moment, and she's doing an amazing, phenomenal job at it. But, I really believe that, connecting to you in the space that we're in, she could really maximize her potential. She's got an amazing talent. She's so skilled and such a brilliant individual. I met her a few months back, and I've been contemplating who the best person is to have a quick chat with her. And I thought, no, Lucy, you have to be the person. So, Figgy D, I've already explained to you about Lucy, but Lucy, I really wanted you to know that I really, really appreciate Figgy D. She's an amazing girl. And I think, that you guys could really connect. She was a little concerned about the monthly fee. And I explained to her how, when you came in and you flipped those NFTs and you did really amazing on it, that wasn't an issue. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna connect you guys. Hopefully, Figgy D, you heard what I said there. Thank you so much for your time, Lucy. I know that you're incredibly busy. I know you was about to pop out as well. So really, really appreciate you taking the time out just to really pour into Figgy D's life and resolve her questions. So I'm really looking forward to you guys. Thank you.
Hi, Figgy D.
Wow, that's quite amazing.
Boom.
Yeah,
Do you get it, guys? Do you understand? Figgy D, how did you feel? Like, I've literally...
It felt
Wow.
like, oh my goodness, these people are just amazing. How that they want to talk to me, and I might have the opportunity to hang out with these people, be in the same room. It's just a great opportunity for information share.
At any point, did you want to say, how much are you making?
No.
It never crossed your mind, did it?
No.
Never crossed your mind. You know why? Because I didn't talk about me. I never mentioned me at all. I never mentioned me. I'm the plug. I'm like, listen, I want to introduce you to Lucy. Can you guys see where you've been going wrong with this? Can you guys see how simple this stuff is? The art of edification.
Yeah.
And guess what Lucy does when she comes on? She doesn't edify herself. She re-edifies Figgy and then Figgy D. And then what she does is she edifies the community. And now Figgy D wants to come on the call to hear about the community. You can't ask the community how much money you're making. At no point at all is there any room for anyone to say how much money are you making? Because we're not talking about money, we're talking about relationships. We're talking about networks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Lucy, did I give you enough information so that you can now speak to Figgy D with confidence? Like, okay, so I know she's worried about the monthly fee. I know that she's this. I know that she's that. But if it's just a brand new connection, we haven't spoken about fees, we're never going to mention she's worried about anything. It's just a connection.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I felt, that I could connect with her and be just like a normal, everyday, friendly conversation.
Boom.
I could have with her. Yes.
Various points to pick up on.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thank
you, Nikki. I appreciate that. And Tosin, thank you. Really appreciated that. And Lisa.
Can I just ask a quick question? I think it's relevant.
Go for it.
and invited them to a call. And his response was, oh, well, I don't really want to come on a free call because they're never free. And, there's always something they're trying to sell at the end. And what would be your best response for that?
The response is, if you're not open, then it doesn't I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah, I just kind of respectfully closed out, and
that's it. I mean, in all honesty, if you're closed, you're not going to make it very far in life. And there's a reason why the top earners earn the most, because we're students always. We're always open to learn. And if somebody's not open to learn, then unfortunately there's not, we're not in the convincing business. My question to this is, well, you can come and have, you don't lose anything by listening. And there's some things that I believe that you can learn without having to even spend a penny. But if you're not open, I'd rather not waste your time or mine.
Yeah, that's it.
So now what you're indirectly saying is, let me know that you're not open. You're not open to learn. And with all respect, we don't really want people, we're edifying our community to be a community of entrepreneurs and high earners, and people that have the attributes of high earners. We don't want people in the community that are not open to learn, because this is a learning space and we're learning every single day. And so, as I said, the link's in the bio, but I'm not attracting every single person to click the link. My calling isn't to attract everybody. My calling is to attract those that genuinely want it, and those that genuinely, and I love that question, Figgy, because it brings me on to my next point, which is, the moves that we're about to make in this business is huge. In this business, in this industry, in the market. I mean, I'm talking parabolic moves. It's going to be insane. It's going to be crazy. And when it becomes common knowledge, the price of access is going to be so high, some people just won't be able to afford access. And this isn't an ego thing. This is just a fact. All right. Supply and demand tells you that the price goes up when the supply goes down. That's just basic economics, right? And the space that we're in right now is providing everyday people with the opportunity to get in early. Now, just like the internet, some people missed out. But we're in a season right now where we cannot give people desire. We can't give desire to individuals. That's not what we're about here. We cannot give, you must come in with a desire. We can't give you desire, right? Here's what we can give you. We can give you a community of encouragement, all right? We can give you the edification tools. We can give you access to the tools and the products and the services, and we can give you results through the community that you can share with others. There's going to be results here that you can see all the time. But what we can't provide is we can't provide desire. You have to have the desire. And some of us need to act with a sense of urgency, right? But to really home in on your question, Figgy, is this, that you really want to attract people who won't pull you down when you're attempting to push them up. And I believe that sometimes we start as we mean to go on. And if that's how it's going to start, you really want to be clear with your expectations at the beginning, not to offend and not to waste anybody's time. And we got to be brutally honest and say, look, we're working with people that have desire. If you don't have the desire for it, I don't want to waste your time. And that can sound quite close, but it saves us a lot of time and energy. It saves us, the honest truth is, and it's painful to say, but where there's a lack of desire, you can become very lethargic and drained. It wears on you. And so we got to just be mindful that that's not what we want to attract. You know, we want to set the expectation. I remember, and I know what it's like, guys. I remember being a, you know, P150, P600, and I really wanted to grow my business. I really wanted my business to explode. And so my link was open to any and anybody. And I was bringing in, you know, Tom, Dick, Harry, and his mother and his cousin and his pets owners, you know, friends, goats, cousins, owner, sister. And I mean, it doesn't work out in the long run. And so we really want to make sure that we're attracting the right types of people, the types of people that are going to say, you know what, I'm a fight to stay in this community. I'm a fight because I know it's going to be worth it in the end. And I've got a desire to change. We must have a desire to change. We've got to have a desire to grow. And when I edified Tosin at the beginning, I said, that's what I love about her, because she's always learning, always growing, always making sure that she's in that place to really get herself to the next level. And that's how, and that's why she's a Platinum 5000. That's why she's making the money that she is, because she never stopped learning. An issue that happens sometimes is some people get a little bit of success and then they change. You know, it happened to me at P2000. You change what you were doing that got you there. And I don't mean the physical doing, because how many of us, some of us are working, right? We're doing the calls, we're showing up, but you may have changed your mental doing. So you may have stopped doing the mindset. You may have stopped doing the affirmations. You may have stopped doing the meditation. You may have stopped joining Neno. You may have stopped edifying your mentor. You may have stopped having that desire. How many of you remember when you first got a mentor, you were like, my mentor, my mentor, my mentor. And all of a sudden now you stop calling your mentor's name because it's got stale for you. You're bored of saying it. And it's like, oh, the mindset shifted. And so these are small aggregate actions that can take you off track without you knowing it. And it happens one day, you won't see a difference. It happens 2 days, you won't see a difference. But over time, you done built up these stumbling blocks. And now you find yourself down a different street and you wonder why the results are changing. The results are changing because your mind has changed. You got comfortable. Familiarity breeds content. And so you stop edifying your mentor. You stop talking about them. You started to edify yourself. And now the results start slowing down. Ooh. I don't want to go there. That's figure these for. You must have any person that I bring into this opportunity, into this community, into this network. I'm going to let you know now that you got to have a desire to stay here for at least 12 months. You got to be committed to this. This is a lifestyle change. And it will happen overnight. But it won't happen overnight today, if that makes sense. So you could be plowing for 1 year, 2 years, and then on the second year, overnight, boom, dramatic results. That's how it works. Faith without works is dead. You have to put the work in for the faith to be activated. You can't say you got faith and you ain't doing the work. And so if you are somebody that says, hey, Nikki, look, I can't afford to lose this space. I can't afford to not be in this space. Then you got to understand, you got to change. And don't allow, you know, as I said, we're going to be around the dinner table, Thanksgiving, for those of you in the States who celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming up. Don't allow, you know, other people to distract you. Don't allow other people to make you change what it is that you say. And, you know, I'll be honest with you guys, and this is facts. You could do everything, and I mean everything apart from climb through the phone and press the buttons for them. And some people won't move. Some people will, but some people won't. And the truth is, only individuals can decide on the desire that they have for something. You can't, I'm gonna let you sleep tonight. You are not to blame for somebody's lack of progress or somebody's progress. If somebody is doing well, it is not down to you, right? If somebody is doing well, we say well done to them for following the blueprint. Well done. But likewise, if somebody is not doing well, that's not down to you. You can't take the glory for them doing well, but then you don't want to take the glory for them not doing well, right? You don't take the glory for them for doing well, and you don't take the glory for them not doing well. Everybody has individual decision. Everybody had a decision to click the link and join this call, and not everybody did. And so when you begin to get results, the others don't, because they didn't click into the call. They can't say they didn't have the opportunity. They made a decision not to access the information that can potentially change your life. Let me tell you this, one mindset call isn't going to make you a millionaire. But it's the mindset calls over time where your mind starts to change, and all of a sudden some of this stuff I've been saying starts to kick in. How many of you start speaking differently? You're like, oh my gosh, I sound like Nikki. That's what Nikki said. Oh my God, I said that the other day, and oh my gosh, I heard that. And all of a sudden some of this stuff, boom, 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 and you start speaking differently, and you're in your environment, and they're like, girl, what you say? What? Because over time, this is what happens. So back to my original point, when people start coming and they want to educate you, you got to open your arms out, because they're not in this environment. Let me break it down in another way. Guys, we are in an environment where we get mindset training every single day, where we feed our mind every single day. The majority of the world don't have this. They don't have mindset every day. They're not putting these strategic things in their mind. They're not working their mind every single day. So you got to be humble. You got to have some grace. You got to have some humility when you're connecting with people, to be like, hey, look, congratulations, amazing, you know, brilliant. Yes, absolutely. Let's take this to the next level. This is brilliant. Have you protected it? You know, I'd love to connect you with somebody who's literally a mogul in this space. I've been learning from them, and they're absolutely brilliant. Really amazing mogul. All of a sudden, boom. Because what people don't want, you don't want to do this when they're coming like this. You want to open your arms and be like, hey, come on home. Yes. Congratulations. Absolutely, yes. I know a couple of people in that space. Take yourself away. Have the emotions away, because this ain't the time to get emotion. This is the time to embrace them and say, come on, baby, come home. Come home. I've been waiting for this. Yes. Because now people are going to start talking about it. It's the talk of the town, but we want to make sure that they're coming to the right person. That then we open our arms to them. We say, come on, baby. Come to mama. Mama's here for you. Mama's here for you. I got a whole network for you. I got some people that I want to introduce you to. That's going to help you solidify on that education that you've just found. And now, guess what happens? That's how we now start to grow. So edification is so powerful. I hope you've learned something today. Yes, I do have a special announcement. All right, I do have a special announcement, guys. But I really, really hope that you guys, you know, found value today, but also make a decision to stay in the room. Make a decision to keep your head in the game. Make a decision. The worst part is when you're in the community and you can't access this stuff. Like, the worst part of it is, and I know some of us on the call, like, we probably want to buy more NFTs. You probably want to get more cryptocurrency, and maybe, you know, provisions. You got to make certain sacrifices. You're seeing everybody's wallets growing, and, you know, shout out to Amina. She's been updating me every day. Wallet growing, Nikki, wallet growing, right? And I know that you want to have more. Once you've got your scholarship, now you've got more money to play with. Now you can put more money in that crypto wallet. Now you can buy some more NFTs. We have an NFT special on Tosin's birthday. I'm really excited about that. We're going to be doing an NFT shopping spree on Tosin's birthday. Get ready for it, guys. But you need some money behind you to be able to get into this. And I know it can be, you know, some of you guys are having FOMO because you're seeing everybody doing a little bit more. And I want to help you, because the worst part is sitting around the table and you can't eat. That's the worst thing ever, watching everybody else eat and you're around the table and you can't pick up that piece of chicken leg and you want to buy it as well. It's Thanksgiving, so all my examples are going to be around food. Is that all right, Dr. Marcia? All right, macaroni and cheese. All I've been seeing is macaroni and cheese online today. And I'm like, you guys are terrible. This is not good, right? And so you want to make sure that you're not around the table and everybody's eating macaroni and cheese and you're sitting there looking at them. That you want to eat as well. Keep yourself in this space. And if you're concerned about your authorship, your concern, then you want to make sure you tap into that scholarship deal. And the key to that is edification. Someone write edification in the chat. The key to that is edification. I hope you found this session useful. I hope you found it something that you can go away, take away, practice, learn, do. You are the bridge between a relationship. All right. I'm going to save this. I'm going to put this online so you guys can share this with your teams, your peoples, and really practice this together. You can edify anybody within your community. All right. To make sure that we follow the blueprint. It is duplicatable. Every single person can do this. There is no excuse. And if you're aggressive, you can do more. And we already know. All right.